Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? It's Amanda. It's Monday, the 2nd of December 2019. It is a cold one here. First time the temperature dropped below freezing this winter. So, yeah, but it's a beautiful morning, beautiful sunshine, crisp, cold weather. Love it. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to I actually have no choice but to come on and talk about what I'm about to say today, because those of you that channel or are connected into the Archangels, the Ascended Masters in any shape or form, you will know that when there is a message that has to be got out there, they just will go on and on and on until you've got it out. So I need to sort of just give a bit of backstory to why I'm talking about the sanitization of Archangels and Ascended Masters. And it basically started over the weekend when, on the back of me responding to a question, a very valid question that had come in on my Facebook page. And the question was linked into some photographs I put up of something that's called the Knife Angel. And the Knife Angel, for those of you that don't know, is a piece of stunning work that's been done in the UK, and it is to raise awareness of the horrors of knife crime, and that we need to find a different way forward. We need to let go of the need for violence and look at the harm that it does. So this angel, this sculpture of an angel, has been done made out of knives that have been handed in amnesty, as amnesty basically, and they've been blunted and they've been made into this amazing sculpture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, have a look for yourself. I've already spoken about the Knife Angel on Saturday, but the question that came in was something along the lines of, it was just an observation, it's that I can't quite look at it because it's an archangel, but yet it's made out of knives. And you know, there's like this conflict between what it's supposed to represent, i.e. an angelic being, and what it's made of. Of course, that's the whole point, but I'm not criticising whoever said that. It's a very valid question, and it's actually led me to talk a little bit more this morning about it, because my feelings are this raises some really important stuff. I did respond and said something along the lines of, hey, let's just draw back a moment and remember, often we, or people, call in the archangels, Christ, you know, all of the ascended masters, when we have particularly ugly stuff that's going on in our life. You know, people that don't believe necessarily, it's when times get really difficult, that's when they call in God, they call in the angels. Of course, they're not just there for the bad times, they're there for every single day of the year. But the truth is that archangels get called in to very, very difficult circumstances and situations in our world. They stand on the battlefield, literally, you know, they are in war zones. We send them into places of famine. We send them into places of horrific child abuse. We send them in to help heal toxic relationships. We send them into places of violence to bring in peace. And I think it's really important that we realise that when we're doing that, that they are going in and see everything. So this sort of sanitized version of fluffy wings and glowing light, which is what they are in terms of the light, I think sometimes holds us back, because the point with the archangels in particular is that they've been sent by God to help us with our earthly life. They are the bridge between earth and heaven. And so therefore, they get fully immersed in this planet's energy. And what I'm hearing them say is we get our wings dirty sometimes, okay? Our wings get blooded, our wings get damaged. Everything can be restored, everything is repairable. but please start to see us in a more multi-dimensional way, in the same way that you are opening up to your multi-dimensionality as well. Does that make sense? And then I started to think about something that came up in my December video. I know many of you might not have watched that yet. I only put it up yesterday, and it's got many different aspects to it. But one of the things I do talk about in that video is women's rage. Women's rage will help change the world. And it particularly comes in on the back of the divine mother energy. It's that energy of the lioness who will protect her cubs at any expense and will lay down her life for that. It's that sort of energy that we were getting into. But equally, it's the divine feminine energy. It doesn't have to just be linked to the mother, but the mother is one aspect of it. And again, you know, straight away I had Mary Magdalene and I had Mother Mary come in, and they were wanting me to say the same thing, which is please see us in a more real way, okay? And in particular, Mother Mary, she showed me this image today of, it's quite a graphic thing, so I won't go into too much detail, but effectively she has been present just recently where a baby has been born and has died, stillbirth type energy, and I also feel there was blood around the birth, okay? And she's saying to me here, I was there and I was holding that child. I was there for the child that didn't make it. I was there for the mother. And she showed me a scene that was so traumatic and so upsetting. And so, do you see the flash of light? So upsetting. And yes, there was some blood, okay? And she's saying, I was there. And she's saying, do you think I went in and didn't get myself, you know, didn't roll up my sleeves, basically, you know, and get blood on my hands as well? I'm with you. I'm with you in those moments of terrible, terrible upset, just as much as I am in times of amazing celebration and joy, you know? And same with Mary Magdalene, you know, if you look at the energy of Mary Magdalene, here was a powerful woman who defied the age in which she lived. And do you really think that she was some sort of shrinking violet, you know? No, these are powerful energies that we're dealing with. But I don't want to just make it about the female ascended master energies. It was more just that I was shown that picture of Mary, who wanted me to know, look, this is where I've just been, okay? And in the same way as maybe a surgeon or somebody who comes out of surgery and they need to clean up, you know? She's saying, and now I go and I clean up, you know? So I think it's really, really helpful to start to embrace the archangels and the ascended masters in a more real way, you know? And I think a lot of this has come about through teaching in the past, which maybe needed to put them in very vanilla imagery and very vanilla language, because maybe that was, it's a bit like eating food. You know, you think about a baby. When a baby's born, you start off a baby with pureed, pretty bland food, you know, a bit of pureed apple, a bit of pureed sweet potato. Very great, okay, get used to that. But then let's mix it up a bit, you know, let's put in a bit of spice, let's put in a few other ingredients. Let's see whether you can digest that. And I feel as though this is what they're saying today. Start to be able to see us in all of our glory, but equally see that we are on the battlefield with you, and that where you're sending us, it isn't always pretty. That's what we've signed up for. That's what we are more than honoured to do for you. But please let go of this sort of fluffy image that a lot of people seem to have about them. So back to the knife angel, how amazingly accurate is that, okay? How many times has, for example, Archangel Michael stood beside, and I feel quite emotional here, stood beside the dying young guy on the street, okay, who has been knifed. Remember, we live in a world of free will, because it's very easy to say, well, why didn't Michael step in to stop it? Why didn't Mary step in to save that child that was stillborn. You know, that's not a question that can just be glibly answered by, oh, well, because ABC. You've got laws that apply in this universe, laws linked into free will, laws linked into karma, laws linked into spiritual lessons and gifts. There was a boy that was stabbed in the UK. I think he was called Damaiola Taylor, and I always remember the grace with which his family responded to his death. It was it was collective. It was teaching on a collective scale that this has happened. This is a tragedy for us, but we are not going to answer it with more aggression and violence. We are going to teach the community how to respond, and we are going to fight so that other parents don't also have to go through this. Fight not being the right word there, but you know, stand up. And many, many amazing parents are able to do that as well. So, but yeah, back to that sculpture. It's absolutely perfect, you know, because it shows another aspect of the archangels, which is real. I think it's almost as though this teaching is coming in right at the end of 2019, before we get into 2020. And it's as though the lessons of darkness and light, as the magpie sweeps across my window that I'm looking out onto, we really need to start to be able to get it, and think about it and reflect on it, and realise that the archangels as well, yes, of course, they are the most amazing light beings, sent to shine, sent to bring joy, but they're also here, and thank God they are here to help clean up our mess, you know? And I'm talking now about violent mess, okay? Or, you know, to clean up our tragedy. And let's honour them and let's see them in that light, but let's not sanitize them. Yeah. So, I think that's really what I wanted to say today. Let's just spray the Mary Magdalene spray, which just happens to be here beside me. I'm smiling as I spray her because I think she's been showing me quite a lot of examples of this sort of fiery female archetype that's out there in our society that are very, very potent. And one of the people that she drew to my attention, again, my references are 80s, guys, sorry, it's just the age I am, was, I think it was 80s anyway, maybe 90s, Alanis Morissette. Do you know who Alanis Morissette is? I mean, she's a more mature lady these days, and I think she's grown up, she's got kids of her own, etc. But I'm going back to the Jagged Little Pill album, I think it was called. Raw, ballsy, gutsy, female power, you know? It's just like, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to say what I need to say, and with no excuses. And yeah, I was shown Alanis's energy. It's more the energy behind what she did at that time. She might still be well doing it now. I don't know. I haven't followed her for a long time. But I remember buying the music. And I tell you what's interesting about Alanis. I was really into her in the 90s. I loved that album. I used to blast it out all the time. And then about a year ago, my eldest daughter, she started playing Alanis Morissette's music. And that's when you know that there's something there. When it passes from generation to generation, and particularly when it was a young, you know, my daughter, obviously she's a young girl, she picked up the music and it said something to her in 2018, 2019, whenever she did it. I thought, yeah, okay, there's something in that. So remember though, as I said in the December video, a woman's rage is not about aggression. A woman's rage is that lioness energy that will protect and defend. But it's not just about protecting and defending her own cub. It's about protecting and defending this new earth that we are trying to birth, okay? So there's going to be much more of that coming through next year as well. I'm going to try and bring back Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, maybe a joint little appearance before Christmas. I think that would be a lovely thing to do. And of course Christ as well, that goes without saying. But something linked into the feminine energy. Let's just pull a card for today, and then I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to get on with my day. I must just show you my trousers though, because these are so cool. Look at this. I got these from America. Can you see? They got like 2 roses. I love them. I'm so pleased with these. And I tell you what, it's great because I've just noticed Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary. It's like the 2 roses. And let's pull this deck. This is a deck that I received over the weekend from my subscription box that I get. I get a box called Merkaba box, and it just comes with a load of goodies. It's my little treat to myself every single month. And this is the deck that was in it this month, Spirit Animal Wisdom. So let's have an animal card, shall we? What is it with the magpie and me? I tell you what, there it is again. It's strutting on the pavement opposite, as if to say, you are selecting an animal card, but actually I'm right in front of you. Why are you not talking about me? I've talked about you plenty in many videos. Black and white, yeah, we know. It's a sign of Metatron, the magpie. Right. Anyway, this deck, please. What are we going to get? For this week ahead, let's have an animal card for this week ahead. The field mouse. How nice. Oh, the field mouse. Believe in yourself and dare to dream big. Have we got a bit of a theme going on here? I think so. I said that, didn't I, last week? Dream big or go home. Remember I said that? Dream big or go home. That's the energy coming in for next year. That was my friend Mandeep and somebody on this page. You said that, didn't you, in America to me 2 weeks ago. It was one of the mottos of the teachers workshop that we did. Dream big or go home. And we've got the field mouse who is saying success, believe in yourself and dare to dream big. Let's read the message. I mean, where are we? It's not in alphabetical order again, guys. You know, it's my little pet hate here. Anyway, it's linked into the element of air and earth. The mouse is small but powerful. Proof that you don't have to be the biggest or loudest personality to be heard. He has super sharp senses and is quick on his feet, adapting easily to any environment. The mouse shows you that you can make the most of what you have. No matter how hard the circumstances seem, how many odds are stacked against you, you have the power to thrive. And when you triumph, you will feel such a sense of fulfillment and pride. No matter how small you feel, we all have a place in this world and can survive and grow together. You can achieve huge things when you believe in yourself. Don't listen to what anyone else may say. Stand strong and listen to your heart. And the crystals that go with it are honey calcite, orange calcite and rose quartz. Yeah, I've got all of those crystals. I might go and get them out. Honey calcite, orange calcite and rose quartz. And the field mouse. Katie Jane Wright is the author of the deck. Makes me feel as I want to go and have a little walk actually across the fields and maybe, well, I'm going to say see some of these little mice. That might be quite nice. That rhymes. Hey. Have a good day, everybody. Much love to you. Bottom of the deck, I will just say, is the peacock. Self-love. Time to celebrate you and all your magnificent light. I rather like the fact that we've got the field mouse, which is, you know, a small but powerful animal, and then we've got the peacock, which is just like, I'm showing all my beautiful colours. This is who I am. Feels very, very good. Much love, everyone. I'm going to get this uploaded now, and I hope you have a good day and a good week. I'll be back soon. Yeah, that's it for now. Bye-bye. Bye.